Benjies, welcome to the BingeWorthy podcast, part of the Geekish Network. My name is Johnny Randolph, and you just call me Randy. And tonight, my first co-host is the wonderful Miss Courtney Scott Wright. Courtney, say what's up to the people, man.
Hello, hello.
And you know him as New from Newville, Rikai. Say what's up to the people, son.
Hello, Governor.
And joining us tonight, Catherine. Catherine, say what's up to the people, man.
What's up? Happy Wednesday or Woden's Day. It's Odin's Day today.
Odin's Day.
Odin's Day. And rounding out this cast, Chalk. Let them know who you are, son.
What it do, people? Back again.
And we are the BingeWorthy podcast. The purpose of the BingeWorthy podcast is that each week we will binge watch a television series to let you know if you should. At the beginning of our show, we will rate it using our unique BingeWorthy scale. Then we engage in conversation. And at the end of the show, we will re-rate it. So what I'm going to do now is turn to my technical director. All of the BingeWorthy cast has given their rating, and I want Rodney to display everybody's rating on the screen. What do we got here for Percy Jackson? All right. So tonight we are talking Percy Jackson. All right. So we've got some diversity of thought amongst there. So we've got what? A mini meal, a full meal, a snack, a full meal, and then a mini meal. And what is that out of 5 people? All right, that brings us in at a 3.2, and that is a mini meal. All right, so okay, this could make for some interesting conversation. As I mentioned a little earlier, tonight we are going to be reviewing Disney Plus's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The premise of Percy Jackson is 12-year-old demigod Percy Jackson is accused by the Greek god Zeus of stealing his thunderbolt and races to find it and restore order to Mount Olympus. All right. So now this book, it is based on Rick Riordan's book.
I think it's Riordan.
Is it Riordan? Riordan? Okay. Riordan's book by the same title. Now, I know in some previous conversations, both Courtney and Rakai alluded to that they had not watched, but had either read or some or all of the books. So, as being members of the fandom, I'm going to start with you, Courtney. Do you think this series does justice to the books? And then we'll go over to Rakai.
Yes and no. I would say, start with my no. My no is because those books, and I have read them all, except for the I didn't read the Nico series, which is adjacent. And I didn't read the Apollo, which is also like Percy's not in those. There's a new one that I haven't read. I don't know if you have, Rakai, but it just came out with Percy's in college. Huh?
No,
it just dropped. It just dropped like a couple months ago. I haven't read it yet. I own it, but I don't have it. I haven't read it. In terms of my no, is because there is a lot of humor in the book series that was missing from this TV series. Now, the movie series with Logan Lerman did have a lot of Percy's sarcastic wit. And this one did not. It was more of a drama per se. And I'm not sure if that was because of the shift in TV, the scope of TV, where the humor is different. It's closer to like what like the Gen Z ages of kids are used to and similar to. So for me, there was a deviation from the books, and I really missed Percy's wit. I really missed Grover's wit. And that was kind of sad for me. In terms of what I thought was really strong about it, I did like that it was closer to the books, and it stayed true to the actual story. So I did think it was a solid outing. It just was missing some key points.
Okay. What about you, Ricardo? Do you have anything to add? Do you think, as a part of the fandom, that the series was in line with what we got from the books?
Actually, my answer is also yes and no. And actually, for pretty much about the same reasons. One of the things that was nice about this particular series is that Rick Riordan himself was signed on as one of the executive producers, and he was very, very hands-on with this, down to casting, down to a lot of decisions that were made because he wanted it to be the right representation of his work. And I appreciated that because I knew with that, they had to stay close to the story. He wouldn't let it go off kilter. However, my one really big criticism of this was the serious tone. I was like, where is the humor? I mean, at the end of the day, this is still a kid show about a kid. Percy Jackson's in 7th grade.
He's 11.
Tell me. Yeah.
He starts out as 11, like Harry Potter.
Yeah. You can't tell me. I mean, so going to the movies, Logan Lerman did have a lot of humor. And even though he played it straight, I mean, they hired a comedian. Brandon T. Jackson played Gabe and Grover, and he brought the funny the entire time. Maybe even too much, but he was funny as hell.
He was.
This Grover was not funny. He
At all.
had a lot of poignant things to say. He was dealing with his own stuff, but he was not funny. And every now and then, Walker Scobell, who played Percy, would have some quips, kind of very Peter Parker reminisce, but they'd be, in and out, and no laugh track,
flat.
no even time to sit in it and be like, that was funny. No, we're right on to some other dreary shit. That was probably my biggest, and I was like, I don't know if they're going all Hardy Boys, mystery type shit, but it lacked the humor for a kid show that it should have had. And maybe that's the way Rick wanted it too, but the book had a lot of humor in it. So and I remember reading it with my daughter and just laughing to ourselves as we read certain passages. So this was not that. Outside of that, though, extremely solid. Once you can divorce yourself from the movies, then you can sit back and enjoy this for what it is. And if you read the books, then it really is a treat.
Okay. Because Rick hated the movies, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
Sea of Monsters, we can't talk about Sea of Monsters. It was abysmal. It wasn't even the same book. Like, I don't even know if they even read. Like, it was one of those Marvel things.
They did not consult him on either of them.
I think Dakota Johnson was in that too, because
there's actually online in some videos where he has notes that he sent to the studio about what they did to both of the movies. And he was just like, because one in the movies, they made him older. I think they said they made him
he was like 16, 17.
Yeah, and he was like, this is a kid's book. It's not for teenagers. And teenagers aren't going to like it. And then people who are fans of it aren't going to like it because they expected to see a kid's movie. So yeah, he was like, he hated it all around. As Rakai pointed out, he did have a lot more involvement with the series than he did the actual movies. And I think that was part of the reason why they were able to do it. Because this is a heritage 20th Century Fox show. Fox did the original movies that were back in. So I guess that's how Disney owned it. All right. So the fandom is good. So, all right, I'm always here. I'm here lately. I'm very sensitive about how fandom reacts to adaptations. You just can't be taking people's work and changing it into whatever you want to, man. I'm not cool with that anymore.
Preach. Say that again. You want to make it into whatever you want, then write your own story.
Right, write your own thing. Right, come on with your own shit. Right.
Don't just buy the rights and then rewrite it.
Well, we were talking about it before Geek Beast. We were like, it's problem with Marvel. Like the writers they don't know the material. They don't
care.
They're not watching the movie. They're just making whatever they want to make.
Yeah.
No.
No,
all they do is call the bank, make sure the check cleared.
Right.
I'm still mad about that.
To that. So if you're gonna take source material, respect it. All right. So Chuck, let's try something up with you, man. This is it's based off Greek mythology, so it's an adventure, right? They had to bring this look to fruition. What did you think about the quality of the special effects?
I thought they were okay. They were this was definitely a Fox show. It wasn't quite a Disney show, and it didn't feel like a Disney show. They had commercial breaks built into it. The screen cut to black. I was like, they wanted to put this on TV somewhere and didn't know where to put it. So they threw it on Disney Plus to fill out a Disney Plus slate. And I thought the visual effects were okay. The props were decent. But I was like, in the beginning when his mom disappeared, and I was like, they could have done that a lot better. There's a bunch of scenes I think they could have done better, but I knew it wasn't Disney. It was like Disney TV. Like there's Disney film up here, Disney TV, then everything else. And it was slightly above everything else. It wasn't Disney TV. It was slightly above everything else.
Okay. Disney Plus is cinematic, I always thought, though. At least the Marvel shows when they first started coming out.
They were great. Because they're doing cinematic level. They're doing like cinematic level for a TV show. Then somehow or another, after all the Star Wars stuff, they're like, we're going to cheapen this a little bit. We're spending way too much money
Hey,
on
that's these
shows.
cutbacks.
He's spending way too much
Project
money
over,
on
they got to
shows.
start reporting numbers and everything,
You
so they
know?
can hide all the expenses and everything.
They're like, we blew
Well,
our
if that's
budget on Ahsoka. We can't spend no more money. We spend
well,
all of it on
if that's
Ahsoka.
the case, then they spent 250 plus million on Secret Invasion. Somebody was skimming. Somebody's lying, cooking the books. They cooking the books.
Go on, keep it, keep going. Preach that.
That was bad too. That's
Preach
another
that.
example of bad.
And the money and the chips they sent over to like, and I know I said Echo already, but the chips she got.
Echo, She-Hulk,
mean,
like they are stealing.
She-Hulk.
Somebody is stealing money.
They are. So like, yeah, this is about on par with Echo. Echo wasn't even Disney TV.
I think it's
No, this wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
This was not.
Echo
Chuck,
didn't
no.
have a lot of
You better
special
take that
effects.
out your mind.
Echo didn't
you
have
talking
a lot
about
of
special
special-
effects.
We
Oh,
were just
okay.
talking
I
about
was
special
like,
effects.
Oh, I think it's
Echo didn't have a lot of them. They had that one scene
Echo
with the
didn't
mother.
have any. She was like this.
When she
Like-
threw her hands out there and she took over her arm.
That's a tattoo.
This is about Percy Jackson.
Percy,
That's a
Percy, go
brand.
back to
It's on
Percy.
Percy Jackson. Let's not
Brand.
Echo.
Okay, go back to Percy. Go back to Percy. Go back to Percy. Go back
So,
to Percy.
Captain, you were trying to jump in here. What were you going to say about the special effects?
I definitely say it's higher than Echo. Sorry, but I think tonally, like they were going for a kind of like slightly darker, earlier Harry Potter vibe. Like I feel like they were trying to aim this as like their Harry Potter, as Disney's Harry Potter TV show. So like I think tonally I was interested in it. I think just the story and like the scope of the duration. Oh, okay. Well, story wise, I had issues, but visually.
No, go ahead. Let's say we're going to talk about the story and the writing and all of those things. Just kind of thinking of the special effects. So we're kind of in agreement that it wasn't Disney best.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
Say?
Huh?
Well, sorry.
Oh, you broke up. I didn't hear you.
What?
I didn't hear what you said. You said, but you had your hand up. You said, but the.
Oh, sorry. The end credits were really great.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, love the end credits. I think Imaginary Forces did the end credits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So Courtney, let's talk. Let's get into this. Give us your professional opinion about the quality of the acting for season 1.
Well, Rakai already touched on Grover, and I agree 100% with everything that he said. I think, I'm all for, casting in terms of like diversity and structure of the way that the world is, because that's how he wrote the books. Actually, I mean, the core characters like Percy and Annabeth were written to be white, but everybody else, they were all shades in the book. The kids were all different ethnicities, which is one thing I really loved about the books. In terms of Grover, he just didn't hit. Like, he was very low energy the entire series and very hard to invest in. Like, even when he had his shining moment with figuring out what Ares was doing, it was like watching a crossing guard walk people across the street. Like, it was so blasé and boring. I was like, this is your shining, this is your coup de grace, and you just walk people across the street. Like, I don't know what happened there. In terms of Percy, I thought he did a great job. I thought he was perfectly cast as Percy. He had his little quips. If he had a scene partner in Grover to match him, I think he would have even like raised it even higher. So it's really all about that casting of the duo of them before you even throw in Annabeth, in terms of Annabeth, and I have no problem with like changing the way she was written with like I don't care that she was a Black girl. I think that I love that he brought that in and gave us a chance to show one of the core kids from a different diverse perspective. I will say that Grover and Annabeth were, she was a little bit higher than Grover in terms of like energy. She was really low energy. And I felt like she was directed, and not, this is not on her, I feel like she was directed from a perspective of like the angry Black girl. And given the fact that Athena's, the character of Annabeth is written to be strong, is written to be a force for Percy to, in the beginning, in the first book, to rise against, and she has to break down her walls in order to trust him. The way that she was directed, it left little for me to connect to her, because she wasn't really giving us any kind of like, not necessarily vulnerability, but welcoming. I wasn't welcomed into her world. I didn't like Luke at all. I thought he was blah. And I did like Clarice though. I really liked the girl that they cast as Clarice. I thought that she was spot on. So, oh, and Glenn Turman, I love Glenn Turman and everything. I'm still stuck with Pierce Brosnan because he did such a good job as Chiron. So as much as I love Glenn Turman, he was very regal and very like, you know, Dumbledore-y. And I needed less Dumbledore and more just open your life, because Chiron is charismatic, you know?
85 years old. I mean, you know, this we ain't gonna see. I don't know,
So was
man.
Pierce Brosnan. Well, I guess Pierce Brosnan is a
Pierce
little bit
Brosnan
young.
is nowhere near as old as
He's
Glenn
not
Turman.
85.
He's not. You're right. You're right. Listen, I caught myself.
No,
I'm just saying.
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. There's no matching. I mean, Pierce Brosnan was freaking James Bond. I mean, you can't match that. I mean, it's just like, it doesn't matter if he was 85. If Sean Connery had the part, he'd have murdered that damn thing, because
Murdered it.
he's got the charm and the suave to do it. I
Oh, he-
agree
Because
with
Chiron
every-
is the son of Zeus. Chiron is the son of Zeus.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Isn't he? Yeah. He's a son of Zeus. He is.
Oh, okay.
And he's engaging. You know what I mean? So he was more of a son of somebody else. So
Oh, so them be out.
let me throw something out here just real quick. I agree with everything Courtney just said. Grover being low energy. I do think that Leah Jeffries, who played Annabeth, though, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about her, but I felt like as the series went on, she kind of came out of that shell and she really started to kill her scenes. I do agree with Courtney about it was how she was directed to act, and they tried to explain it to anybody who's paying attention early in the show. Luke explained it about Annabeth being 6 steps ahead of everybody. She was always figuring things out. So that's always why she was always reserved. She was always watching. Hell, if she could, she'd have the damn hat on, be invincible, and not even be in the scene, and then just pop up, because she's always studying. She's always trying to figure out, you know, the moves, like someone playing chess. As her relationship grew and you saw her start to trust and believe in Percy being him, you saw her start to kind of come out a little bit. And I think it really showed up in the scene with Hephaestus, where she pleaded for him and stuff.
And that
and
was
then
the second to last episode.
Yeah, and you saw a change, and I understand building on the future. I just wish that it had happened earlier. Like doing this, taking it from a hour and a half to 2 hour movie to an 8 hour series. You invest a lot in the character development. The problem is sometimes you didn't give us enough of the trio to build on. Like Walker Scobell, Percy had to do the heavy lifting for all of those early episodes, you know what I'm saying? And Grover and Annabeth would jump in a little bit, but he did all the heavy lifting. So I just think it's the direction. And of course, Rick Riordan picked Leah Jeffries to be Annabeth, even when the controversy came out, like how dare he change her race? And we're so used to the other actress that I can't even remember her name right now.
Alexandra Daddario.
Yes.
Alexandra Daddario.
The lady
Yes,
that
they.
Safer Witches.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yep.
that
Pay attention.
TV show that should not exist.
We won't even talk
Eh.
about that, but we can't pay attention to what those crazy people
Eh.
with those
Yeah,
crazy.
so he picked her, and he said really because he got out of his own way, and he said that when she came into audition for Annabeth, the way that he wanted Annabeth to be in this series, he said she killed it, and she perfectly embodied that. So I was like, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
towards the end of the series, I was like, I see what he saw. I didn't see it at first. I
No,
didn't.
and that's the problem. And that's why I said it's direction. The last two episodes, I agree. She was the Annabeth I was expecting. I just would have liked her to have been directed to unfold and give us a little bit more. Let us in earlier.
Okay. So Chuck, man, what about you? We got a lot of storylines and plots out here. So what'd you think about overall? And we'll go deeper into it later. What'd you think about the writing of the series?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I'm not very familiar with Percy Jackson. I didn't read any of the books. I thought the actor, I thought as a little kid, they wrote him a little bit sassy. I was like, he's sassy.
What does that mean? I'm old. What does that mean by somebody sassy?
Man, he like he's confident, but incapable
Snarky.
at the same time. He's like, I'm confident, but I'm incapable to do this, and I know that. And I'm gonna throw a fit whenever somebody questions me about what I'm doing. And and I feel like that's who he was. And I was really upset about the writing because they had Jason Mantzoukas in here and didn't make him funny at all. And I was like, man, y'all just wasted Jason Mantzoukas. He's Dionysus. Y'all ruined that. That's a
Yeah.
perfect role for Jason Mantzoukas. Man, in the league, he was the champ.
Oh
In
my
Brooklyn
God.
Nine-Nine, he
Oh.
was amazing. He doesn't
Exactly.
like how y'all not make him funny?
Comedy was missing.
And
Like y'all should have made
Dionysus
him
is the
drunk
god
in
of wine,
comedy.
right?
He's a god of
wine
wine,
blood.
and he's
So
the
he should
funniest
be
part of
over
the
the
A
book.
top.
debauchery. Yeah,
Right.
everything.
He's always drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all
Well,
just
no,
ruined it.
he can't get drunk. He's trying to get drunk and he can't.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they
They
made
can't.
it so-
That's right. He can't get
Oh,
drunk.
right.
Well, he's the
But
god
Yeah.
of wine, so he gets everybody else drunk, and he's like, "Wow,
Yeah.
they appreciates," and all of those types of things.
yeah, so but I thought the writing was okay. I thought the story moved at a good pace for what it was. And I kind of wanted more.
More what?
More stories. I wanted more of Hades. I wanted them to spend more time in Hades, explore Hades a little bit more. What's the dog's name? Cerebus.
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 Yeah.
I want.
Cerebra. Yeah. Cerebus, I
Cerebra.
think.
Yeah, I wanted more other entities besides that in Hades because I think Hades is an interesting place. And more Ares. Like just that one little scene of Ares wasn't enough for me, and I want him to spend a little bit more time in the casino to show how much time has passed.
Not
Like
with
in the
Lin-Manuel Miranda, though.
What's up?
Not with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
yeah?
He was not a good Hermes.
No, he was not.
I did like Hades, and
Yeah.
because Hades is death. It's death, and it's always depicted. It's sad, Monroe's,
Well,
those things, and
he's the god of the underworld. He's actually
god-
not the god of death.
No, he's not
Yeah.
the guy. He's the guy of another world. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the god of death. It's the underworld.
No.
Is where all the death
No,
go.
he's
No,
not. No,
he's not the god
He's
of
not.
death. There's another god of death.
There's
I'm
another
telling you,
god of
I know
death.
Greek mythology.
I do
He's
too.
not the god
I
of
literally
death.
got the book here. I literally got the book
Yeah,
here.
look it up because
I mean,
the god of death
I
name
literally
starts with
teach
a
it.
T.
The
I can't
underworld.
think
I
of his
literally
name.
teach it.
That is where the
Yes.
dead go.
He is the god of the
He
underworld.
doesn't kill people, as in like the god of death, as in like the Grim Reaper. The underworld is literally where the dead go. He rules
Right.
over all of the
He-
underworld.
right. The fields of asphodel, the fields of punishment,
Right.
Elysium.
Yeah, Tartarus,
Right. He is the
yeah.
god.
No,
Tartarus.
Tartarus
He's
is
the god.
under Hades. Tartarus is under Hades.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's
it-
all part of the underworld, but it's the most dangerous part of the underworld.
Yeah. Actually, the god of death, his name is Thanatos.
Yes. Thank you. I said it
Yeah.
starts with a T.
Yeah, it's Thanatos.
Then let
That's
me
the
rephrase
god of
it.
death.
Yeah.
Then it's where all the dead people go, and it's always depicted. It's a dark and a brooding
It's
place.
punished to go there though.
Right.
Yeah.
The underworld. But I'm just
I
saying
didn't
he's
think
not the
that
god of
in,
death.
I didn't think in Percy Jackson it was depicted that way, and I didn't think that Hades was depicted as sad and brooding as
Well,
he is in a lot of other.
according to Wikipedia, Hades is king of the underworld and god of the dead.
I know what I'm talking about. I know.
No,
He's not the god of death, though. That's what you said.
He's god of the dead.
God of the
He's
dead.
not god of the dead. He's not
because
the god
those
of
are
death.
the residents
right
of
here,
the
it's right
underworld.
here. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to.
I know what
No.
I'm talking about too. I could pull out a book too. I'm just saying there is another god in Greek mythology,
Randy,
which
he doesn't kill people.
it's
Can
not.
we move on?
We're not saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Rakai just told you the god of death in Greek mythology.
It's
And I should have said
Thanatos,
dead. He's the god of the
who
dead in
we
the underworld.
picture as the Grim Reaper. That's what Thanatos looks like.
And I'm not
He's
saying
the
that
god of
Hades is
death.
that person. I literally
But-
said he's not like the Grim
Right,
Reaper.
but you said he's the god of death. And I just wanted to
He's the god
clarify
of
that
the
he's not.
dead in the underworld.
God of the dead.
Yes, because those are the
God of the
residents of
underworld.
where he's the Lord of.
Right. That's all I
Right.
said.
He didn't put him
What-
there.
No,
Death and
I said
dead
that.
is
He
two
didn't
different
even-
things.
I literally said
Right.
that. He didn't put them there. He did not
Right.
put them there.
We were just clarifying, Randy, because dead and death are two
The
different
god
things.
of death. Death is the act of dying.
Yeah, I wasn't saying he wasn't a god of death. No, he wasn't the god of death. He didn't kill people. He did not
No,
kill.
he's god of the
Yeah.
dead.
But when you die,
god
you
of the underworld.
because you have to give the boat keeper the coin in order to cross over the
Yeah,
river.
this over
Thanks.
across the river Styx.
Yes.
Yeah, with Charon.
With Charon. Charon's the boat keeper. Absolutely. Nah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay. All right. So let's turn to you, Catherine. What were some of the plots that stood out to you for either good or bad?
For me,
Mark.
this plot-wise, I kind of saw this show as kind of like a straight line where it didn't really feel like it had a lot of conflict, and I felt like the most conflict that the show had was him trying to drive a taxi. But I think I'm more interested. It's just like, all right, cool, we're going from point A to point B. There's this big bad coming, but it kind of just passes by, and the characters just keep on moving.
He did battle the Minotaur.
Yeah, but it was like so short and brief, and it just everything felt like it just moved at a straight line for me. So, but like I think I would watch it every day, but it's just like, okay, this is happening, this is happening, and this is happening. There's really no like conflict or like it's not action focused, which is fine, but it's just a straight line for me. Okay, we got to go from point A to point B, and that's it. And the characters are just going, and things are just happening. But I think I'm more interested in the visual tone of the show than the actual show. But it was nice to see some of the, I guess, the underworld elements and the Olympus, even though Olympus was very much felt like an Unreal Engine backdrop. But I like the idea of going to the gods world. It's just, I think some of even the costume designs, even though like I know they're going for like everyday average people, it's just really weird to see like these people in like, I don't know, plaid or what random shirt, like random clothing, just in like these elaborate environments. And that contrast is a bit like, I think the way it was depicting each scene was just kind of odd. But yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that stood out to me was, I agree with Mark, is the Medusa subplot. Let me scratch my head on how they used her. Like, I thought they didn't use Medusa properly.
What? Can you clarify what you mean? Like, use the actress or use the character?
The character. Use the character. Like, the character was just there for that one scene and was thrown away. Like, we didn't get a lot of deep understanding of who Medusa was.
And
this is sorry. Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. First in the book, it is one scene. I mean, Medusa, and it's similar to, like, it's not like what's that movie with Andromeda and Percy's and
Clash of Titans.
Yes. Yeah, the original with Harry Hamlin. Like, it's not that, like,
Yes.
it's like Medusa is tantamount to that entire series. Like, she is one scene. She's the very first, well, not the very first, but she's the main first really strong big bad that Percy and Annabeth and Grover encounter when they go out into the world. But I will say that the way that she explained, like Rick Riordan, it was important for them to really talk about Medusa's actual backstory. And that's something that was a departure that they added in. And because no one ever really talks about the fact that Medusa was assaulted. Like this is not her fault. Like she was raped
by
in
Poseidon.
the temple by Poseidon, but in the temple of Athena. So like what she talked about, that scene when she sat there in that hat, like I really loved the way that scene was depicted. And the actress, because I've seen her, she was in I can't think of, I've seen her in so many things.
She was in
Jessica
Flash.
Kennedy. She was in the Flash. She played the young. She played the daughter.
And she was also
she was in that pirate show, right?
She was in Black Sails.
Yes, Black Sails. And so what she did with this role, I thought was really powerful. And I thought it was a departure for the way that Medusa is traditionally depicted. And so I really enjoyed that scene, to the point that I think that maybe I would have liked more from her just because of what she brought to that moment. But that's all she was ever supposed to be. She just ate it up. She made a meal of her scene, and we were starving from like Grover, and we just needed people who can act. So she showed up and showed out.
I felt that scene needed more time. Like I don't know.
I think they need more time, just more bake. They can make that scene, just make her feel like a bit bad. She didn't feel like a big bad.
But I don't think they wanted her to. That was
I like this. I like the her perspective angle. I wanted to get more out of that, but then to just jump from, all right, we gotta like fight her now awkwardly, and all the food that got wasted. But sorry.
But I agree with Courtney.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this scene. And Courtney's absolutely right. That is the actual history behind Medusa, but it's been twisted and through history and through both iterations of the Clash of Titans movies or whatever. It's not taught like that.
They make her like a violent woman.
And the thing about the Greek gods and, to a lesser extent, the Roman gods, but the Greek gods is that they are petty. They're more petty than humans. And Athena could not take it out on Poseidon. There was nothing she could do to him. So she did what we still do as humans and took it out on the side chick, who wasn't even a side chick.
It's a victim shame.
She was sexually assaulted, and she took it out on her. Now, the thing about Jessica Parker Kennedy, she absolutely murdered that scene. The problem is even if your only knowledge of this particular property is the movies, you knew that there had to be 3 road bumps along the way to finding the lightning bolt, and that was the first road bump, and it truly was a road bump. And if you think about it, outside of Mrs. Dodds the Fury and the brief thing with the Minotaur, the Minotaur was a plot device just to get Percy to understand this shit is real, son.
And to set the problem, take his mother.
When he saw Miss Dodds the Fury at school, and then she disappeared, and like nobody else saw her but Grover, and he lied. He thought he was tripping. He thought he was going crazy. He saw Grover came over with goat legs. He's like, what the hell? When the Minotaur showed up, though, that was there's something to this. All of this shit is real. And of course, the further plot with the mother. Medusa was really the first villain that he saw. And even the way this Jessica Parker Kennedy played this, it didn't even play like a villain. Like,
like you felt for her. You were rooting for her.
Very sympathetic.
You were thinking it was going to be different than all of the other iterations we've had of Medusa, but it ended up being the same thing.
Yeah, which would be cool.
The reasons I actually have, like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of the petty Greek guys, and I told y'all I read a lot of them. It's like they're bad people.
Yeah, but they're not people. They're not people.
They're bad.
People.
And let's put it like
people are their playthings.
Yeah,
and that is the problem, that people are playthings of them. They are playing
Yes.
games, and using people as the pawns, you know.
They're
And
just
that's why
things.
I don't necessarily need to be in their universe anymore.
I was kind of surprised they didn't show more of Zeus's kids, considering like Zeus and he gets around a lot.
That's an
Oh, well,
understatement.
that was a plot point that they just glazed over. So there is a prophecy. There's a prophecy that the big three, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon, all made a pact around 1930, because a prophecy from in the books. This is from the books of Rick Riordan's books. A prophecy was brought down from the Oracle of Delphi, I think. And
Yes.
she said that a child of the big three is going to cause the downfall of the gods, either cause it or save it. And so they decided that none of the three of them were going to have children at all. But
Yeah.
But
I
they are
can't
them,
I
and
can't say further. So then they mentioned Thalia briefly. She's the tree, but they didn't tell you why Thalia was turned into a tree, which is not discovered until the third book.
Okay.
Is it an out of wedlock child?
They're all out of wedlock.
No,
they're all out of
Like
wedlock.
Ares is a child of Zeus.
And
Yeah.
yes, Ares is the child. And I'm not talking about the gods. I'm talking about the demigods. What? Who
Oh,
are
so
you
they
talking
would
about?
no. You said that one of the big three would have a child.
One of the big three would have
A
a demigod
demigod.
child.
A demigod
They,
child.
they
Okay,
could not have a demigod child.
Yeah, I thought it was just said child. Okay, demigod.
Yeah,
No,
they threw.
one of
plus,
the big three.
Plus
After
Hera don't fool with
1930.
Zeus like that, his lying ass.
Huh?
Plus Hera don't fool with Zeus like that, his lying ass.
No, I get that, but I was saying if it was a child, then it could have been, it could have
A
been
demigod child. Yeah, a demigod child with a human. So they cannot have and so Percy's existence breaks that vow. And he's the first, well, he's the second one technically, because Thalia existed. But now that they're concerned that Percy's existence is going to trigger that prophecy. And they buried that. They mentioned it briefly, but they didn't really expound on it, which I think is another thing that I was a little annoyed. Y'all didn't really.
Is it a newer one? Because like Hercules, Perseus, all of those they're demigods.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
1930.
they're
After 1930.
After
they're
19,
older.
yeah, it was like around the 1930s. And the reason that it's very specific is the 1930s, because when this prophecy was made, there's another character that existed and had to be hidden. What I can't say more.
Okay, cool.
That's
Chuck,
fair.
what do you think about the quality of the fighting for the series, the action sequences that we got?
I thought they were okay. I wouldn't say they're overly exciting or whatnot. I was more caught up in the drama than the fighting sequences there. I mean,
As you
when they were
should
running
be.
through, as they were running through the forest and they're playing the games, and when Percy, they fought like little kids, and I didn't expect much. They gave me exactly what I was looking for. They would have been badass fighters. I'd been like, this is some BS. This is some BS. They fought like little kids, and I respected that.
The only one who was supposed to be a little bit more badassery was Annabeth.
Clarice.
Yes.
And Clarice. Because A, Clarice is a child of Ares.
Yes.
And B, Annabeth has been at Camp Half-Blood since she was 6.
Right.
So she's the only one who has had constant all the rest of them come when they're 11. So Annabeth is the only one who's been there since she was 6.
I find her more cunning than I could see her being fight force. Like she defeats people not with her strength or her ability to fight, but she can trick them.
Yeah.
But she's both. She's wisdom and war.
Yeah.
Yep. And Athena is the goddess of war too. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's the goddess of wisdom and war. Yeah, so
And
like
technically Athena's the goddess of war strategy, but no, tomatoes.
Yeah, and she's that person. She's very strategical about how she behaves. Also, she made mention of her father in this. Annabeth talked about being with her father, and I was like, in the books, do they ever bring up her father?
We know who her father is.
Yep. You meet him in the third book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he's black now, so
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
RIP.
just assuming. I'm assuming. No, because Zeus is black. Zeus is black.
Yeah, but Zeus can
Zeus
be
is black.
now.
We haven't
But-
seen Athena.
but-
We haven't seen
Haven't seen
Athena.
But here's the thing though, especially when you're talking about the gods, not the demigods, but when you're talking about the gods, they are whatever they want to be.
And whatever they
You know what
want,
I'm saying?
however they want to
I mean,
present.
hell, if you think about the damn Perseus, hell, Zeus went to her mom, he turned himself into a shower of gold. Like they just be tripping. They
That's how he came in. Yeah. Zeus is grimy. Like he's the first grimy New York rapper, right?
I mean,
grimy.
Zeus has turned himself into a goat.
Yeah,
You know
a
what I'm
goat, a
saying?
swan.
Like,
Zeus is
a
grimy,
goose. No, he
son.
turned into a
Zeus
goose
is
and got
so
somebody pregnant.
Like he's
He's done a
He's
swan, a goose, a
rude.
goat. Yeah, man.
That's how he got Hercules, right?
Yeah.
Turned himself
and
into
then
a goose.
and then that dude is grimy. He had the nerve to name his side chick's baby after his wife.
Yeah.
That's just because it's not actually Hercules. His name is actually Heracles.
Heracles. Yeah.
He named her after Hera, his wife. That is
Like because Hercules is the Roman version, and Heracles is the Greek version.
Yeah.
But
that's about right.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Right.
I honestly didn't know that. That's
about
the
right.
grimiest thing
You
ever.
name after your side chick, like dude, I got this other woman pregnant when I was a goose.
Hera ain't fool with him since.
Zeus getting on with like whatever he could. So I mean, like he just
And the rest of them aren't any better. Poseidon's
No.
not any better. Eric, Hades isn't. Hades kidnapped Persephone. They didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen Persephone yet, so hey, listen, Persephone is the ultimate kidnap victim. She is a homegirl from Room.
She got trafficked.
She's trafficked.
She got trafficked.
She got
and her mother.
That was trafficking. Yeah.
That was trafficking. She was human trafficking. She was
Yeah.
godly trafficked.
Yeah,
And
man.
and then she messed up and ate those daggone seeds.
Pomegranate seeds.
Pomegranate seeds.
Pomegranate seeds.
Yeah.
Like I was not mad at Demeter. I was not mad at her.
Yeah.
I was like, you better go ahead and ruin the world. Somebody gonna give me my child back.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna give me back. Demeter needs to be black.
That's why it's hard
That's a
to
black
cheer for
woman.
the gods for me, right? It's hard to cheer for any of them.
Why would you cheer for them?
Well, the thing is, I mean, so it was a war going to be taking place. I thought, like they were trying to prevent the war from taking place that would ultimately ruin
In this book?
Earth. Yeah. So
In this series?
yeah. So
Sounds like propaganda to me.
who would we? I mean, who is Percy going to align with?
Himself.
With his
Luke,
father? Or
Luke.
Luke's the enemy.
Luke
is-
Kronos.
Kronos.
I mean, listen,
Well,
Kronos
Luke didn't want to line.
Kronos
Luke
is
didn't want
worse.
to line with Kronos.
Yeah,
Kronos
ate
ate his own kids
Yeah, he literally ate his own kids.
Yeah, Luke didn't.
because
Luke,
of a prophecy. So he's no better than
prophecy.
Zeus.
Yeah.
but Luke doesn't really want to align with Kronos. He seems like he just wants to get back at all of them.
No, he does.
I want him to see them all fall.
mad. Wants to see the world burn.
I want to see the world burn.
He wants to get.
Yeah, but he ain't the Joker. So
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, I don't know. I
They
just
did that
I
whole
think the gods are bad people. Not people. They're not people. I think they're, I don't know.
Bad entities.
Yeah, they're just bad entities. And I just,
they're bad dad.
But here's the thing though. Nothing about that has changed. I mean, we're talking about these, fictional characters, and we're dealing with the same thing in real life. You know what I'm saying? Your billionaires are these same people, and they play with ordinary broke ass people, you know what I'm saying, like pawns. They do the exact same shit. They got enough money to, that the regular rules to people and situations don't apply to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hell,
Just like
hell, that orange guy thinks he's Dionysus or some shit. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he probably think he's Zeus. So I don't know, but.
all right, so let's just throw it out there for anybody. Would we like to see season 2? Mark told Courtney to tell us about the special character because we're not sure we're gonna get a season 2. But
He wants me to tell. Do y'all want me to tell?
no, don't do
No,
that.
I mean, I already know, but no.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Like,
so,
I was like, Rakai knows, but yeah.
So, you guys think we're gonna get a season? Would you like to see it season 2? Start with you, Captain. Would you like to see a season 2?
Maybe. Like I'll see it for the end credits, but sorry, like the end credits. But I don't know. The story of this season didn't really grab me, and the characters were kind of annoying for me. But I like mythology, and I'm curious what mythology parts they'll add into it. So I might see it.
Okay. What about you, Courtney, Rakai, Chuck? Are you guys interested in seeing a season 2?
I would like to see a season 2. Season 2 brings in Cersei. It's the Sea of Monsters. I would like Rover's legs to be fixed because those are not the legs of a satyr.
They were like sticks.
They were goats. They were actual goats. And usually when you see a satyr, and maybe I'm confusing him with a fawn, but like usually when you see satyrs, they have like the full half of their body is the goat legs, not little sticks. So
That's
I
those
don't know.
We can't go
I
full
know.
we
that
can't
was
go
not your
full
question.
satyr though. We can't go full satyr.
Can't go full satyr.
Because full
Okay.
satyrs have their penises out
answer-
everywhere.
To answer your question,
No,
I would like a season 2. I would like to see Athena, and I would like to season 2 is I'll tell you, it's the search for the golden fleece. So I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I definitely would like to see season 2. I think that what Rick Riordan was able to put together with this, minus the super serious tone, I think humor definitely needs to be injected in it. This is a kid's show that can be enjoyed by anyone. And the thing is, it's easy to say we might not get a season 2. Like when they Disney Plus canceled the remake of, or whatever, the new National Treasure. Yeah, but
did they cancel it?
Wow.
That was canceled. Yeah.
I didn't get
it wasn't
good.
It wasn't very good. I mean, you're talking about what, like 80 plus something critics and 90 plus something audience, or maybe that's backwards or whatever, but I mean, extremely high ratings. This is one of the better shows they put out. And if you look at what they put out regarding Star Wars and Marvel, shit, Percy Jackson's about the best thing that they got going, with already a long line of books that they can keep this going on forever. And it's not like Game of Thrones where, hey, we run out of stuff, so let's start making up as we go, and this shit gets worse and worse. There's already a long line of books and even adjacent characters and stories for them to do. They have a rich history to pull from on this. So if they could fix a few things, maybe even put a little bit more on the budget, because like Grover's legs, that was a budgetary thing and made it easy. Let's make him wear damn culottes, make him wear some long ass shorts all the time, so we show these little bit of CG and we'll just rehash that every time. Then they could save other little stuff for little CG moments. Like, I think that this could be very interesting. I think it was a really strong start. Nowhere near perfect at all. But better than what we got in the movies, much more faithful to the original source. So we could go in a much better direction in season 2. I would like to see it.
Yeah, they really needs to get some more just really dry.
What about you, Chuck? You interested in seeing season 2?
I was thinking about that. I would say yes for Fakad to give it a bigger budget. Maybe they need to hire Michael Bay or Vin Diesel to run the show, to make it great, to take it into greatness, make it about family, bring the comedy into it, do something like that. Because then I would be all in. I'll get Justin Lin on top of it too. Bring him back with Vin Diesel, bring Jason Momoa in as the villain somehow.
You are wilding right now. Wilding.
Wow. Listen, if Jason Momoa ends up in this
comes
show,
in as Apollo,
there is a problem.
Come in as Apollo.
Apollo. I mean,
Nah.
we do see Apollo.
Exactly. It's gonna be Jason Momoa.
Nah,
We don't
Apollo's
really
got to
see
be
him until
somebody young and just ridiculously beautiful.
he can't be too young because he's got to be old enough that should they make the Book of Apollo, that it matters when he is reduced to a teenage boy.
No, I'm saying he could be older, but he'd look like, late 20s, early 30s.
And then
He
you
got a
would drop him down to
young
8.
look on him.
I was thinking he should be like 30, 40. So it makes
Like Aphrodite in here then?
we do see Aphrodite eventually.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
Apollo would have to be look younger than her.
Why?
That's his mother, isn't it?
No.
No, it's his sister.
That's his, yeah.
I'm thinking-
Apollo and Artemis are twins.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both the children of Zeus. I mean, Aphrodite is, there's theories about Aphrodite, but yeah, she supposedly came up out the sea foam and the seashell.
Yeah, Aphrodite, the sea foam, the seashell, which is a euphemism for something else. And Athena, they're the only two that were born of Zeus, but not really.
And
But Zeus
Demeter.
came out of his head, right? I think
Athena,
Yeah.
was born from a
Out of his
thought.
head.
But Demeter
Yeah.
is a child of Hera and
Yeah, she-
and Zeus.
Hephaestus, whatever.
Hephaestus. Yeah, Hephaestus is too.
He's
Yeah.
Hera's. Yeah, he came from Zeus and Hera.
Yeah.
I just need more visual effects. I don't care who they have, as long as they give me a lot of good visual effects.
They'd work on it.
Because
All right, let's re-rate this thing. Ricardo, we're gonna start with you. How you gonna re-rate it?
I'm good at staying with a full meal. Like I definitely think that some of the elements are missing, chiefly humor. You make a kid show and not make it at least humorous at all. Like that's just weird.
trying to make it like Harry
you know.
Potter.
No,
Well,
but
No, they still had
No.
playful moments in
Mhm.
Harry Potter. Like I still
Yeah.
knew Harry was the little boy,
Mhm.
yeah, and then when Harry Potter got dark, it was dark. They were teenagers, not 11. That's like
Yeah.
But Percy
Sorcerer's
saw his
Stone
mama
is
get
dark.
killed.
She didn't
Huh?
get killed though. She got taken.
He didn't know that at first, though. He thought
Yeah.
she got killed. So he's coming from a dark place already. You killed the only person that was there from my daddy ain't shit. My mom got
Yeah,
killed
but
trying
that
to
was
save
where
me.
that was where Grover provided the humor to keep
Yes.
his spirits high or
Yeah.
whatever, because he didn't have time to go to demigod therapy. So
Right. And exactly. So I need Grover to take some UCB classes.
I'm gonna let you know something. Somebody
Fucking
try to make me feel
groundling,
good if my
something. I
mama
need
got
him to
killed.
like
We
learn how to
fighting.
laugh.
It's kind of hard to make me feel good. I just
I just saw my mama get killed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be
By a
ain't
monster,
nothing gonna make I'm
like
gonna
it's
beat
so
you
hard
up.
to be
You
like,
trying to make me laugh and I'm over here
Right.
grieving.
yeah.
My
that's
mama's down here with
hard.
Hades, and all I know about
No,
Hades.
it's not listen, it's not just the laughter, it's the levity. There's nobody in this entire camp that is light. And
Yeah.
the Hermes camp is the party camp. It's the party room. So it's the big joke that whenever, because Hermes is the god of travelers, I think. So
Mhm.
when all the kids, whenever a new demigod lands, they always
They're
are
all
stuck in the
stuck there.
they're all stuck in Hermes cabin. And
Mhm.
and it was driving Percy crazy because they were all partying. They were all the kids,
Yeah.
like the Hermes kids were just like, 'cause-
yeah, the Hermes Lodge is a hostel. They just, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It takes
we are seeing
everybody
this now.
until they figure out who they belong to.
We're
right.
seeing it from Percy's perspective, though, right? And Percy, he ain't. With like Chuck said, I just saw my mama get killed.
Right, which is
Not-
why you'd be annoyed.
No, you
Yeah,
would be
but,
sad.
we're gonna
You're
spend the
gonna be
rest of the series.
smiling. You be like,
We're
why
gonna
you
spend the
always
rest of the
acting
series
up?
watching him sulk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, that's
DMX.
not
I'm
interesting.
Why
DMX.
is he a man?
I'm
That's
DMX.
not. This is not Power Book 1. He is not
What?
interested.
DMX.
Okay. It's
What's
not
my
interesting.
name?
Right.
Okay,
I
get
just
out
saw
of
my
here.
mom. They done smoked my mama. Grew
They
up
done
with
killed my mama.
daddy.
He's not a
Yeah.
I am
rapper.
straight gangster rapper in
Look,
here.
y'all done
Rapper,
went
no,
from
he's not.
Percy Jackson. Y'all done turned this into the Shy. Stop it.
I'm
Right?
drilling everybody.
Yeah, you
Everybody's
just
getting
call him. You
drilled.
think you cause he Percy. Y'all call him Percy, not Percy. Percy.
Make him say,
You like Percy Miller up in there. You damn right.
Y'all like
I just watched my
Purr.
mama
Come
get
on back
killed.
over here, Purr. No,
Yeah.
no. His name is Perseus.
I just watched my mama
Right,
get
it's Percy,
killed.
but they call him Percy. They call
No,
him P.
no,
They
no.
call him
Call me
P.
Master
Now, hey,
P.
P, that man
No.
trying to smoke your mom in front of you and you ain't gonna do shit.
Dude, that's
No,
right.
I ain't
Exactly,
letting that
Randy.
ride.
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
Y'all
no.
did
You know
not
what?
just
Yeah.
ghetto up Percy
Y'all let
Y'all
that
should make-
ass,
y'all
Jackson.
should
you
make
let
that-
that horse ass kill your
Yeah,
mama
that
like
horse
that.
fucking- Yo, walk home
Y'all
and
should
y'all
make
was trying to be
that
funny, P.
hood Percy
Your
Jackson
mama
movie.
done died
Y'all should-
trying to make you laugh. And you know you
Y'all
ain't got
should
no
make that.
daddy. Yeah.
No, we
That's-
should make a spoof. The us
That'd be a
doing
hell
a
of a
review
web
from the ghetto
series.
perspective.
Right, man. Yeah. So
That ain't ghetto. He just watched his mama get killed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, street life. Street life. The street
That's true,
street
that's
thugs.
right.
Hey, you
Street
saw your mama
thug
get killed?
Percy.
It's hard in these streets.
P.
It's
Hard
hard
in
in these streets.
Hard in these streets. I'm out here in these
P.
streets.
Yeah, they done
These-
killed
these-
P.
these-
all
these
the
Greek
He got to
streets.
roll in his chariot.
Greek
Y'all gonna
streets.
have him rolling in his
Look,
chariot.
Right,
But
pull
here's
up
the
a
thing.
Apollo.
He
in his gold
killed the
chain and his
Minotaur.
gold teeth.
He killed the Minotaur with his special ballpoint pen. I mean, what you want him to do? Like,
Man, you got him
Yeah.
out here stealing lightning and stuff. To
Did we even
survive
talk
in
about
these
the name of
streets.
his sword? Did they even name it in the show? I forget. It's called Riptide.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
What
remember
about
if they
you,
named it
Bill?
in
How you-
the,
how you gonna
show or
re-rate it?
not.
What's
How
that?
you gonna re-rate it?
Me?
Huh?
How are you gonna re-rate it, Mel?
Are you talking to me?
Miss
Oh, okay. Sorry. My internet broke up. I think I'm like Rakai. I'm gonna stay just because the humor was a huge missing link for me. It changed the entire structure and foundation of this show and of the book series and why I loved it. And it introduces Greek mythology in a way to kids that is so bright and enjoyable. And this was really heavy and angsty, like more angsty than I think it needed to be. Because when you do get into these other characters and other scenes that, like, next thing you know, like, as much as I enjoyed that Medusa moment, I'm not trying to hear Cersei's backstory. Like, Cersei turned people into guinea pigs, and I just want to see her turn them people into guinea pigs. That's it. So just bring back some heart. Some of the, like, there was heart, but I need a whole package.
Okay. What about you, Catherine? How are you going to re-rate it?
I'm gonna keep it the same. I just like, yeah, it's
what snack? You did snack, didn't you?
yeah, like
Mhm.
2, I believe, like snack. I kind of put it in. If I were to name it, I'd probably put it in like Midwestern casserole. But
Damn.
it's 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 not like terrible, but it's like odd straight line. Like you're on a going straight. Here we go. Cool. But I wanted them to bring like feel like there's more stakes, more at stake. It just feels like things are happening. We're talking to characters. I like the mom and Percy's relationship, but it still felt like, all right, here we go. Not a lot of conflict, not a lot of like uphill battle until the very end, which felt like an afterthought with that one character, and he just went away. Like, all right, cool. On to the next thing. So it felt like more about setting up for the next thing in like a straight narrow path versus feeling like there's really stakes and that this character is going to struggle like overcoming challenges. So
I will say I did kind of was rooting for Zeus to like punch Percy because he was straight sassing up in Olympus.
He was sassy the whole entire time.
He was.
yeah,
He was. And we never mentioned too, but
Lance
I
Red-
almost
Lance
flipped
Reddick.
my shit. I did not know that Lance Reddick was in this.
yeah.
And you could tell like he even looked different. Like he looked like he might have been sick in this. And man, kudos. I don't know if this was the very last project he worked on or if it was John Wick, but I enjoyed seeing Lance Reddick, and he's got that voice. He came through as Zeus.
I believed him as
I
Zeus.
thought
He
I thought he was
did.
gonna
He absolutely
slap. I thought he
did.
was gonna slap the taste buds out of Percy's
Yeah.
mouth.
And I wanted him to.
Kind of reminds me that he did.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought he killed it with,
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
short scene. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah,
And actually, I like Toby Stevens as Poseidon too. I didn't think I would, but I did like him as, another one from Black Sails, and he was the Korean soldier that turned into the white billionaire in the James Bond movie with Halle Berry.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I got lost.
Die Another Day, I think. The
Yeah,
Halle Berry
He
James
was
Bond movie.
Korean?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, in the beginning he was Korean,
Yeah.
and they thought he died, and he got his whole face and everything changed and hid amongst people as a rich white European billionaire. Like he got a whole
I don't remember
transplant.
anything other than her
Yeah.
swimsuit.
It's a problem.
Everybody makes such a big deal about her looking like Bo
Yes.
Derek from 10. I don't remember anything in that movie.
Wait, what movie?
James Bond. The one-
Die Another Day.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
I'm gonna jump in
with
here.
Halle.
I'm actually gonna go up a little bit. I don't know. First, I was bleh. I just didn't really care, but you guys convinced me. The heavy reliance on the Greek mythology, although I was tired of them when I was going through it, the conversation here helped reignite some of the interest that I had. So I'm actually going to take it up from a mini meal to a full meal. Nowhere near a binge out, but I thought
No.
do a full meal, and I'm interested in seeing a season 2. So I like to see a season 2. So that's the reason. Chuck, I just saw like the smirk on your face, so I'm just waiting to hear what you got to say. How are you?
I think Chuck's going down.
I just saw a smirk.
I'm not going down. I'm gonna stay the same at a mini meal.
Okay.
It's like a meal from Raising Cane's or Zaxby's. It's chicken, but it's bland ass chicken.
Yes.
It didn't have no
Bland-ass
sauce on
chicken.
it. It had sauce.
It don't have no sauce on it. It ain't Al's Tennessee chicken. It ain't a Howlin' Rays. It's none of that.
Listen, all Percy's food is blue. He likes to eat blue food.
This blue too, kinda. His sassy self. I want to see that season 2. They bring Vin Diesel in and make it about family.
It's already about family.
And get
It's Greek mythology.
It is
Where he
about
only lives his,
and
where
they
he lives
mentioned
his
that
life a
like they're a
quarter mile at a
dysfunctional
time.
family. They're
That's right.
dysfunctional family.
That's right. You know,
They are good though.
he comes in.
Master P and the Olympians.
Rodney, no,
Yes.
don't do it, Rodney.
Master P and the Olympians.
That's what I called him
Yeah.
earlier. Yes,
think-
Master P
Hey,
and the
ship
Olympians.
ship that. People will watch it.
Master P and the Olympians.
Yeah.
Bowdy. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
they bring Romeo in here. Romeo can be a
Right.
god
Oh my
somehow.
God.
His mama
Nah.
Rowdy.
ain't here.
He rowdy,
His daddy
rowdy.
ain't
Nah.
around. His uncles and aunties
Right.
set him
Wait,
up.
You know,
He gotta
Romeo
start
comes
taking
out.
care of
He
himself
comes out in
You
the
get-
with him
second
and his
movie.
boys.
He's like,
You
Percy.
get C Murder out of prison to play
Yeah,
Hades.
man.
No.
Will
He
this
got
be
Silk the
directed
Shocker.
Harry?
And he's one of Hermes'
No.
kids. And
No.
he talks really fast and never gets on beat. He says, I stumble over everything.
They
And we
ain't
have-
casinos when they ain't
Chronos.
Silk-
No, you don't
Silk the
want him to
Shocker
play
has to die in the first
Hades. You want him to
episode.
be Chronos.
That's right. I think that's Vin Diesel. He plays Kronos.
Yeah, he can do the Groot voice.
Y'all my family.
The daddy done turned on the granddaddy trying to get revenge.
The god of
This is the
stunting, that's
awesome of
right.
this is-
You know what I'm
The
saying?
god of stunting. I can't.
stunting.
No.
I would watch.
Yeah.
If-
Hermes
if
got
they
the
kill
shoes
Silk-
on.
if they
his
kill
script
Silk the
is-
Wasn't
Shocker
that
in
just
the
called
first
American
episode,
Gods?
Matter of
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
he comes out when Master P comes out as Kronos. He has gold teeth. You know, like a lot with lava stones inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes,
He's a
Lord,
swamp
me,
ninja.
American
okay.
God. Well, we got an American Gods already.
No, that's what I said. What y'all are describing, isn't that just American Gods?
Nah.
No,
Nah,
American
nah,
Gods is
this-
about the
hood at
old
all.
guys
This
fighting
is
the new guys.
Percy,
Yeah.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians,
Yeah.
and Master P's Kronos. He's playing the Titan.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It kind of is. It's kind of the Romeo story. Romeo took him. He put Romeo out there young.
Yeah.
Took all his
goodness.
money.
I'm down with this.
Now,
I'm down with this.
Romeo's growing up.
I'm
Got to
down
take
with
his dad
this.
on. Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys.
I'd
Yeah,
watch it.
wildin'.
This went sideways.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm keeping that
with
the
Chuck.
mini
It's
me.
Master P in the Olympics.
See.
All right, so that gives us a
You gotta,
3.4.
gotta get mystical. Yeah.
That gives
Oh,
us
he's in prison.
that gives
We
us a
can't get him.
solid mini meal. And we're gonna bring this ship on. Courtney, you got anything to say before we head out?
No.
Right.
I
Right.
don't
Right.
like-
I'd say nothing,
I
We
bro.
took
just
her
don't-
beloved franchise and
Don't even know where to go from
Don't
there.
even
just murdered it.
exactly.
She read all these books and all this, and now she can't get this out her head. Master P and the Olympians. We just ruined it for her. Just ruined it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, why?
I mean, Lance Reddick got to be replaced. We could replace him with Percy Miller.
No, I want to replace him with the dude from Spartacus who played the black guy who was the.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want him.
The one who
Yeah.
peed on.
What?
Sorry.
Pete on himself?
No, I should read the season. Didn't he like? Sorry, I only watched Spartacus in clips. Did he like they're fighting and he like peed on like?
I think that happened. Did that happen?
We done
I
gone
don't know.
way
I
off.
think those are on different channel. I don't-
Let's clean up. God, you got anything to say before we head out, sir?
No, as jazzed as I was to do this week, because I couldn't wait to talk about Percy Jackson, I can't wait for
Peter
next
Mensa.
week. So yeah, Peter Mensa, yeah, he's solid.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't wait for next week. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. Catherine, what about you, ma'am? You got anything to say before we head out?
Oh, I'm gonna stick with like have a happy Woden's Day, Mr. Wednesday, Day of Odin.
I like it. Chuck, what about you?
I could see T.C. Carson playing a Zeus, the actor from Living Single.
Oh, well, he played Kronos. I mean, in God of War, right?
He played Kratos in God of War.
Kratos.
Yeah, he played Kratos.
Yeah.
He played the original Kratos in God of War.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
talking about Tommy? Wait, who?
T.C. Carson,
No,
Uh,
TC.
From Living Single.
Living Single.
Isn't he gonna be do the voice for the remastered version of God of War?
No, because I think
don't
they're
know.
still using Christopher Judge.
They're using Christopher Judge for the new Kratos voice.
No.
Yeah, from
bring the older versions
From the
with.
Stargate
They're probably
series.
they're probably still using. They probably just use his lines and just carry
Oh.
it over.
I heard like the.
Yeah, Kyle, I think. Yeah, it's Kyle.
Mhm.
How?
Yeah, from
Mhm.
Living Single.
No, yeah, no.
Oh.
He voiced.
His
No,
voice is great.
he's got the voice
yeah.
for it. He's a
You don't have
he,
to
a voice actor, yes, but no, Peter Mensa would be a perfect Zeus.
Okay. All right. Well, shouts out to Digital Click for providing our marketing and promotional needs. If you are ever looking for marketing and promotional needs for your organization or your company, check out Digital Click. Got to give a shout out to Rodney, our technical director. He provided our graphics. And the Geekish Network. We are the premier BIPOC network. We have amazing people in front of the camera, behind the camera, Black, Indigenous, people of color. So please support us. Hit those likes buttons. Give us those thumbs up. We are on YouTube. We're on Facebook. And where else are we on? We're on Twitch. And we're also on Twitch. So please support us. Share us with your friends because we do this for people who look like you. And just to piggyback on what Rakai said, man, we got the biggie coming next week. We got the greatest cartoon ever. It's gonna be in a live action version, not the movie, not the live action movie, but we got the
that doesn't
series.
exist.
Ooh,
Never
I've
happened.
been watching the wrong series.
Yeah.
What
I've
series?
been watching the wrong series. No, because I really thought we were still doing House of Ninja next week.
Nah.
I'm glad y'all said. I'm glad
next
y'all
week
said something
premieres.
because
If
I was
you don't-
like,
Yeah.
I was not gonna be ready.
I did watch that though.
Yeah.
Is this the Amazon House of that show?
Well, yeah, they're
So
talking
next-
about the ninjas because we got some things confused. But the biggie next week that we're talking about is the live action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Did it drop?
Netflix.
It drops tomorrow,
Friday.
or actually at midnight tonight, or whatever.
Midnight tonight. Okay.
Yeah, 3 o'clock
Okay.
a.m. our time, Randy. But yeah, midnight for Courtney and Chuck.
Yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender. So we're gonna see what this is gonna do. So everybody in the chat, we appreciate you. The Nerdy Entrepreneur, Mark, we appreciate Peter Griffin. We appreciate you guys for supporting us. So come on back next week. Same geek time, same geek channel. We'll talk to you all later. Peace.
Bye.